China has publicly supported Iran in the conflict with Israel, condemning the strikes as violations of international law and threats to regional stability. Foreign Minister Wang Yi urged both parties to de-escalate, offering to help mediate and protect Iran's sovereignty and legitimate rights. President Xi also condemned Israel's actions, describing them as unacceptable and asserting China is ready to work for peace in the Middle East. China used its platform in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization to condemn Israel's military campaign, with Iran formally included in that intergovernmental alliance. Observers note China and Iran have strengthened economic and military ties, including a long-term cooperation agreement signed in 2021. China sources over 90% of Iran's oil using yuan-denominated transactions, underscoring the strategic value of the Iranian energy supply. Experts warn that Israeli strikes on Iran's oil infrastructure could disrupt Chinese energy imports and force Beijing to seek alternatives. However, China's heavy dependence on Gulf oil, especially from Saudi Arabia and UAE, could offset shortages from Iran. Diplomats see China's stance as motivated by a desire to protect its own economic interests and geopolitical positioning. While offering rhetorical support, China is unlikely to engage militarily or impose significant pressure on Iran. Some analysts argue China seeks a mediator role to assert global influence without drawing Washington's ire. China recently brokered reconciliation between Iran and Saudi Arabia, enhancing its diplomatic credentials in the Gulf region. But this time, Beijing's leverage appears limited, especially given strained relations with Israel over China's pro-Palestinian internet narratives. Experts observe China lacks the intelligence channels, leverage, and regional trust to effectively mediate the current crisis. China continues advancing its goal of global mediation while carefully balancing relations with competing Middle Eastern powers. Beijing is focused on preventing escalation near its investments and projects built under the Belt and Road Initiative. The risk of a broader regional war could threaten China's energy routes, including shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. China's emphasis on dialogue reflects concerns about disrupting global trade and increasing tensions with the United States. Even as China offers mediation, its actual influence remains questionable given Israel's determination to dismantle Iran's military infrastructure. China's continued neutrality signals a strategic calculus, aiming to benefit from reduced U.S. centrality in global affairs. Ultimately, China's public support for Iran is tempered by its economic vulnerabilities and strategic reluctance to enter direct confrontation. The crisis may mark a test of China's ability to act as a responsible global power without overcommitting to contentious alliances.